After 30 minutes of play, the Marquette Flyers out of Michigan lead the South Coast Sabers by a score of 6-1, and we're 15 minutes away from crowning a national junior seed champion. And the way things are going here, Jack, it won't be a real dramatic third period if things go the way they did in the second.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're coaching the South Coast team and you go in the locker room, you tell the boys that you got one period of hockey to show everything you've learned in the last season and all your seasons of playing, and try and put one period together that no one could expect them to put together. In a lot of ways, it's fun when you're down by this amount. The pressure's off. The coach says play all offense, no defense, so everyone's going to have an opportunity to push the puck and do some good offensive things. The first manner of order is to kill this penalty they have at the beginning of the period, but sometimes you can get back in the game and the other team gets a little big-headed, and maybe it'll happen.
Brent Bisogna was given a 2-minute minor for roughing there at the end of the second period for South Coast, and they'll start off this third period shorthanded. Here's Derek Freese behind his own net, setting up for the Marquette Flyers, going left to right, leading 6-1. Freese between his own circles knocks it up the left side for Chip Betts, who crosses the red line and into the South Coast zone. Makes a move. Held in by Schwinn. He'll throw it behind the net. Siska with it now for South Coast in the far corner, knocking it up to Justin White, and he'll backhand it out of the South Coast zone and down the ice. Preston pressuring on Derek Freese as this puck comes behind the net. Stolen away by Preston, a wraparound. Oh, and he just was about a stride away from stuffing that in. Freese with it now, the left circle. Between his own circles. Long outlet pass to Tony Pace, streaking down the left wing side on Siska. Stops, spins, looking for someone in front. Stolen away by South Coast, and Preston will whack it backhandedly down the ice. Chip Betts behind his own net with it now. Throws it up along the right wing side, stolen by Preston. He's got Justin White in front. Preston makes a move in, and he's hounded by Bierman, and then he's tripped up, and it'll come back the other way for Marquette. Kevin Schwinn with it to Pace into the South Coast zone, knocked back out by Jones. Chip Betts will knock it back to center. It'll come to Tony Pace, and he'll hit it to Jeremy Bierman into Schwinn. Bierman drops to Schwinn along the left wing side. Here's Chip Betts with it, far circle. And it's stolen away by South Coast, and boy, if they'd have looked up there, they'd have had a breakaway to Preston, but they just knock it down the ice, and there's still 33 seconds left in the power play. What a nice outlet pass by Hansen to Jeremy Bierman, but Schwinn can't hold it in, and now here's Derek Freese with it, throwing it well wide of the net. It comes along the right wing side. Tony Pace with a backhand, spins, makes a move. Throwing it toward the net is Marquette. Bierman, a spin, score! Jeremy Bierman was just a blind shot. He spun around, kept it low, threaded it through about two defenders, and on the power play, once again, strike the Marquette Flyers. They're now 3 of 4 on the power play, and they lead it 7-1.
Oh, that was a great play. Bierman got the puck on the forehand. He did a little spin move and just put it on the net. And when you make that type of move, it's good to put it on the ice, because even if the goaltender makes a save, there's a rebound there. And that found some eyes through the legs of the goaltender there. And Marquette is putting it on now.
Bierman gets the goal at 1:44, his 8th goal of this tournament. And now we're going to have a penalty called against the Marquette Flyers. And it looks like number 4, Ken Carricks, is going to go for charging. Well, that is not the way that South Coast wanted to start off. They needed to kill that one. They failed to do so. Now they're really in a hole.
Yeah, nothing's going right at this stage. You're gonna look to hopefully capitalize on this power play. Get something right going here. Try and win the period. Try and do something here. And let's start it out right here. You got Preston out there, who he seems to be on the ice the whole game. And the only reason I say that, it seems like every time there's a loose puck, it ends up on his stick.
Face off just outside of the South Coast zone. The Sabres on a power play where they're 0 for 4 in this game. White will take the draw against Musco. It's won by the Marquette Flyers, and back in his own zone is Dupress, and he'll whack it down the ice. It goes off Jones' stick behind the net, and Gouvion will have it there. Gouvion along the left wing side. Here comes the South Coast Sabres. A nice long outlet pass to Justin White. He throws it blindly backwards, and Mike Jones will have it there. Jones spinning, wheeling across center into the blue line. Winds up a shot. Oh, and that one goes just wide, and Betts will clear. Held in by White. In behind the net is Lyons with it. Looking for some room. Hits it back to the left point. Here's Jones with it. Jones back to Lyons. Near circle. Lyons makes a move. Throws it along the right point. Gouvion tries to one-time it off his stick. Preston back to Gouvion. Right point. He'll fire on a shot, and that goes just about a foot wide. Mike Jones can't clear it in. And now here comes a breakout for number 6, Kevin Thill. Makes a move. Oh, he is hammered by Gouvion. Here's Chip Betts sliding into the zone. It's a loose puck, and it comes into the far corner. Mike Jones with it now for South Coast. Behind his own net, exiting to the left of Daly. Diggs crosses his blue line. Now he crosses the red line. Makes another move. He's hammered into the boards by Pacola, and Dupras will whack it right back down for the Marquette Flyers. South Coast will clear it out of their own zone. Here's Preston with it, makes the move, and he wheels across the red line. Preston into the blue zone. Throwing it to his backhand, tries to look for someone in front. Preston still with the loose puck in the near corner. Preston with it, back at the point. Jones a one-timer right on net. Oh, and Lyons just failed to tip that past Hansen, and it'll come outside of the Marquette zone. Still 30 seconds remaining on the South Coast power play. Preston tries to go a long outlet pass to Jones, intercepted by Lunny, and he throws it into the South Coast zone. It'll be delayed offside here as Pacola works his way toward the net. Gouvion dumps him. And we could see a little roughhousing here if a 6-goal lead holds up for the next couple minutes by these very big and physical South Coast Sabers.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of the Clydesdales collided out there in that shift down before. You know, it looks like Grants Farm let the animals out early. I'll tell you what, it was a big hit.
We'll have a face-off outside of the South Coast zone. Holly will take it there along with Pacola. 11:29 remaining in the third period. 11:29 separating the Marquette Flyers from the National Junior C Championship. Here's Holly with it across the red line. He's got Graff along with him. Tries to make a move. A shot right on goal, and a nice save by Hansen. And Pacola will knock the rebound, but he can't clear it. Tabliano hold it in. Now Hansen setting it up behind the net for Jared Phillips. He spins, makes a nice move, and he'll throw up along the right wing side. We're at even strength. Oh, he's hauled down. Here's a move by Antablion. He will throw it toward the net, but it goes weakly, and Derek Freese will clear. Here come the Marquette Flyers, 3-on-2. Freese, Loomy. Freese, a big shot. What a nice save by Daly, and he'll hold onto it. As number 3, Derek Freese, who already has 9 points in this tournament, the most by any defenseman, whacked one right on goal between the circles. A nice kick save by Daly.
I'll tell you what, Freese sure likes to shoot the puck, doesn't he? I tell you, he'll shoot from anywhere. He's popped a few in from everywhere this tournament so far, and you know, give him the biscuit, and he's going to throw it at the basket. Tell you another nice thing here, you'll see a lot of 3-on-2s by Marquette with this game being out of hand, and you know, South Coast got to press and try and get goals. You're not going to see much back checking. You'll see a lot of offense this period.
Boy, you'd think, in looking at the first 3 games these teams played, they both played the same 2 teams, and South Coast badly outplayed Utah and Pittsburgh, whereas Marquette squeaked by both of them by 2, but Marquette just seems to have their number.
They seem to match up real well against them.
Here's number 11, Zambon, making move into the zone, but it's knocked out by Graff to Siska. He makes a mover on Mike Phillips. He's hauled down, and back with it is Mike Jones. He overskates it. Now Graff will hit into the Marquette zone, and Trudeau with it there. Trudeau throwing one to center. Intercepted by Masonio. He'll throw it up along the left wing side. It's on his own side of center ice, and that's just another silly play by the South Coast defenseman in doing that, and I bet they've done that 5 times this game.
Yeah, that was a really not the type of dump you want to get. I mean, you don't want face-off in your own zone when you're down by 6 with 10:25 to go in the third of a national championship game. You know, the boys are a little frustrated out there. I just hope they keep their composure well enough to continue this game at the good pace it's been.
We'll have a face-off here to the left of the South Coast goalie, Jeff Daly. Had a shutout in his first game, lost his second, and he's given up 7 here to Marquette. Here's Mike Phillips with it now, backhanding it into the South Coast zone. It's whacked back out, and Chip Betts will have it on neutral ice. Betts backpedaling at his own zone now. He'll throw it up along the left wing side, going for the long outlet pass to Zambon, but it's cleared by the Sabers. Now Gouvion will knock it up the left wing side, and Chip Betts in his own zone once again. Backhanding it out of his zone. Mike Phillips clearing, but it's off the state of Preston. It'll come to Trudeau in his own zone. He'll try and clear. It's held in by Preston. Preston tries to make a move and can't get around Zambon. He'll come behind the Marquette net. Glass and Betts battling for it over there. Betts mulls him off the puck, but Eric Preston will try and get around him and can't. Betts exiting to the left. A nice outlet pass, and here come the Marquette Flyers. Gouvion intercepts, throwing it into the Marquette zone. The players are back on side, and Betts will circle in his own zone. Up along the right wing boards, he goes for Phillips. He comes into the South Coast zone, and Gouvion will get it on the setup from Daly, exiting to the left. Up along the left wing side. Held in there by Chip Betts, number 1. Right point, he'll fire off the skate of Aquarelli and then go behind the South Coast net. Up along the right wing side, Trudeau will hold it in. Back off high at the glass. Here is number 22, Woodall with it. He throws it behind to Gouvion. He'll come along the left wing side. He's knocked off the puck nicely by Marquette. The Flyers holding it in. Now it comes out of the zone, and Zambon will skate with it to neutral ice and throw it right back in. Chris Woodall behind his own net. 9:01 to play in this third period. Marquette and White leading by 6. Chris Woodall makes a move. It's knocked away from him. Woodall finally clears it out of his own zone, and it'll come to center, and Glass with it. Arrow circle in his own zone. He throws it ahead to center. Duprus will knock it into the Marquette zone, and right there is Chip Betts once again. Here's Ortegel along the right wing side. Can't get around Basonia, or Gouvion that is. Glass will knock it out. Oh, a big collision over there by Lyons and Betts, and it'll come to center. Here's Trudeau. Glass trying to knock him off the puck and can't. Trudeau will knock it right behind the South Coast goal, and Gouvion on the left circle. He'll knock it right back out. Number 1, Chip Betts is hammered there, but he's able to hit it into the South Coast zone. Chris Woodall behind his own net. Behind his own net, it's giveaway in front, a shot by Ortegel, and Jeff Daly pulled a Jeff Hansen there, and he knocked the net right off with Ortegel right in front.
I'll tell you what, he learned something there, learned a little trick there, just kick it out of the way. And I'll tell you what, he would have made the save anyway, but he wisely knocked the post out of the way, and we can hear the referees and linesmen chuckling about it. They're wondering if he is taking lessons from the other netminder.
I heard John Serza walking up to the goalie, Jeff Daly, and say that was real slick, pal. Schwind will take the face-off for Marquette to the right of goalie Jeff Daly along with Justin White. It's won by South Coast, and they'll clear the zone. Ortegel with it now. Excuse me, that's Pace. He'll back in into neutral ice. Justin White will hit it in, but that's way offside. And we'll have a face-off here at neutral ice. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the third. The Marquette Flyers are that far away from a national Junior C championship here at the Athlete Ice Rink in St. Louis.
Well, I tell you what, I think they can smell the champagne bottles already. It's just 8 minutes and 10 seconds of hockey, and this thing is over.
Justin White over there against Schwind. It's won by Marquette. Tony Pace will try and knock him center. Preston beats him to it, makes a move. Here's Justin White with it now. It's knocked off his stick nicely by Voigt. It'll come to center. Mike Jones with it now, circling in his own side of neutral ice. Pace on him, a backhander hit by Justin White, and he'll come into the Marquette zone. Eric Preston tries to skate with it. He has a big collision with Carricks. Now Carricks roughs him up a bit. They're going to get a penalty against Marquette. And now we're going to have a brawl breaking out here as Carricks and Preston, Carricks and Lyons are going at it. The linesman in there to try and break it up. And I know Carricks for Marquette only has a half visor on. He's still throwing punches, and the initial penalty, I believe, was going to go to number 4, Carricks for Marquette, Jay.
Tell you what, not a fun job being a linesman wrestling with these boys. Those boys wanted a good piece of each other, and the linesman broke it up real nicely there, and we'll see what the penalty calls are. But I don't think the two were talking about their heritage too much there. I think they had a genuine disagreement.
Carricks is going to get the initial penalty for roughing. And we'll wait for John Serza's call over there.
While they're sorting out the penalties, let's talk about the game so far. And the differences of the game is obviously the little things have made the difference so far in this game. It seems like Marquette has done all the little things, whether it's not in the puck or clearing the zone at the right time or covering up in their own slot and not getting caught deep in the zone. They've been doing that the entire game. You know, and another thing you got to wonder is South Coast didn't put their best effort in beating the Afton Americans earlier this morning, I should say. They played a tremendous game against Afton this morning to beat Afton. I believe it was 5-2 was the final score. A very physical game, and I just saw Francis Minetti walk by with his broken arm, and he can attest to that. But I'll tell you right now, both of these teams deserve to be here in the championship game, and I think you might be seeing it. I think you might be seeing a little bit of a tired South Coast team right now, on top of the fact that they had a longer travel schedule coming over 2 time zones. But, you know, there's still 2 very, very good hockey teams with some excellent hockey players.
Well, both of those players, both Carricks and Lyons, are gone for the game. Carricks gets 2 for roughing, a 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct, and a 10-minute misconduct. Lyons will get 2 for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct as well, so unless South Coast is able to tie it up here, both of those guys are gone for the duration. I would anticipate that John Serza would do the same for any other guys to get in a scuffle, and he does not want to see a breakout develop here.
Yeah, John did a good job of taking control of the matter and getting the boys out of the game, and I think he was telling the captains that, you know, everyone needs to settle it down here and play some hockey here the last 7 minutes and 44 seconds this national championship game.
South Coast is 0 for 5 on the power play, and that's really been their demise here.
Not only that, but they had a shorthanded one scored against them.
Right,
So
and Marquette has been 3 for 4, so the special teams definitely are dominant on the Marquette side of ice. South Coast on the power play here. It's held in by Justin White, but knocking it right back out for Marquette is number 9, Musco, and Mike Jones will settle it there. Here's Bisogno along the right wing side. Trying to clear it in are the Sabers, and they do. Here's number 15 with it for Marquette Dupress, and he'll whack it all the way down the ice, and Mike Jones will set up. He's out there along with Siska, Preston, Holly, and Justin White. Here's Mike Jones with it now. Left wing side to Preston. Crosses blue line. This is Holly. Or Justin White, however. Back to Holly now. He misses the pass. Siska in on number 3, Derek Freese, and it's held in by the Sabers. Preston with it now. Trying to make a move in between the circles. A shot right on. Nice save, Hansen. Here's a rebound attempt, and Hansen stopped that as well. Here's Mike Jones, left point. It's knocked away from him by Musco. It's held in nicely by Siska, and Mike Jones will have it once again. It's off of Musco's stick, but Jones will hold it in. Now they have a chance. Jones, and left circle, a shot right on, and Hansen a save. Mike Jones will whack it behind the net now. Here's Justin White with it. He'll throw it up for the right point, but it's intercepted over there by Marquette, and they will knock it down the ice. It's number 6, Kevin Thill, intercepted that attempt to get it to the point to Siska. Preston behind his own net, a long outlet pass for Mike Jones. He's 1-on-3, not much help. It comes to center. He's still offside, and Holly will have to circle at center ice. Holly will whack it into the Marquette zone. Hansen behind the net there. Number 3 is Derek Freese, and he'll just wrist it right down the ice, and it goes right on goal, and Daly will set it up there for Mike Jones. 33 seconds remaining in this penalty, 6:17 remaining in the game. Mike Jones along the right wing side, across the blue line, stops, spins, looking for someone in front. Here's Holly tipping it toward the net. It goes right back to Jones. Right point, here comes Siska, a big shot, and Hansen a save. Oh, and then a vicious slash by Dupress, and Holly slashed him right back in the face, and 15 hit him again. That's Greg Holly over there. I believe Dupress hit him first, and both of these guys will most likely go.
yeah, it looks like a little sparring match there, a little sword fight. Looks like a pair of 15s get the boot here. Both teams, number 15, get 2 minutes for slashing, and it looks like it'll be an even up 5-on-5 situation. Actually, it's a 5-on-4 with South Coast still shorthanded. Or actually, South Coast still on the power play.
Still with 20 seconds remaining on the extra penalty giving to Carricks. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Marquette zone. 6:04 left in this National Junior C Championship game. The Marquette Flyers from Michigan leading it by a score of 7-1. Preston will take the draw over there against Musco. And we're having a delay here.
It looks like South Coast didn't have all 5 players out there, and they're just getting the extra player back on the ice.
They've been played into confusion here in the third period. Aquarelli now out there. Preston along there with him. Bisogno is out there. Now the puck comes to Justin White at the right circle. He'll throw one. It doesn't trickle toward the net very hard, and it comes to Preston behind the net. Preston with a near corner. Back to Bisogno at the point at the blue line. Back to Preston, left circle with some room. He'll wind up and fire one. That goes up the side of the net. It trickles back in front. Aquarelli is hauled down by Trudeau. Trudeau to his backhand will attempt to clear and does. Here's number 11, Zambon with it. He's hauled down by Aquarelli. He gets it to Mike Phillips. And now here is Zorza with it into the South Coast zone. Makes a nice move around Bisogno. Throwing it in front. Bisogno blocked that. And it'll come out to the point. Held in by Trudeau. He fires one. Oh, it's tipped nicely by number 11, Zambon. It goes just wide. And now South Coast will clear as Justin White will knock it up to center ice as it finally is hit up there by Bisogno. And Chip Betts at his own zone. Now we're skating 5-on-5. Here's 11 Zambon making a nice move. He's got Zorza with him. A headman pass to him, but it goes into the corner. Aquarelli on him. It'll come back to the near circle. Zambon throwing it behind him. We got to have a penalty coming up here to Bisogno. And once again, Brent Bisogno will go off for roughing.
Yeah, looks like the referee's just trying to keep everything in order here, so we get through the last 5 minutes and 3 seconds in the period here, so we keep everything in order here, and we can end this national championship on an upbeat note.
Marquette already 3 for 4 in the power play. South Coast, meanwhile, 0 for 6. And with 5:03 remaining here, the Marquette Flyers, who have pretty much played a pretty neutral third period in terms of scoring chances and shots on goal, I'd say that's pretty much, well, you can say that's the rhetorical final nail in the coffin, but I believe that was nailed in long ago.
Yeah, and that flurry in the second period just about did them in.
Bierman with it now to Derek Freeze, right point. He'll tee one, and that goes just wide. Here's Voigt with it, throwing it toward the net. Oh, and that just trickled wide. Bierman near circle with it. Bierman makes a nice move around Graff. He'll throw it in front. And we have number 16, Ortegel, in the crease, and that's an automatic offside. And we'll have a face-off outside of the South Coast zone.
Oh, I tell you what, you give the puck back to Freeze, it's like a pitchback machine, man. It comes right back at you. I tell you what, it goes right down. You know, every time he gets the puck, he fires that thing. And that's why a lot of those things end up in the net.
That's what Larry Bird once said about Kevin McHale. He called him the black hole. You pass him the ball and it never comes back out. He just sucks it right in. That's what Derek Freeze does. You pass him that puck and you never get it back. It's on net. The loose puck coming into the South Coast zone. They're shorthanded and they'll whack it back down the ice, and Derek Freeze will get it after being set up by his goaltender, Jeffrey Hansen. Up along the left wing side for Marquette, this is Musko. Into the zone. Tries to make a move and can't. Excuse me, that's Pacola. Him and Gouvion battling for it. It's a loose puck back there. Now Pacola tries to get it to Bierman and can't. And the puck is shot up over the glass and into the stands. We'll have a face-off once again in the South Coast zone.
You can see down there that, South Coast is just getting, I'll tell you what, you look at the size of the bench of both teams, and I think Marquette has a little deeper bench, and it seems like South Coast is just a stride off everyone right now, and they're just wanting these last 4 minutes to get over with, and so they can pack it up and go home. They should be congratulated on being runner-ups in the national championship tournament here, though.
Bierman will take the draw along with Justin White. Bierman tries his push-through move once again, and it is knocked into the corner. Here's Ortegel with it. Gouvion beats him to the puck. He slams it up on the left wing side, and Preston will clear it down the ice. 4:12 remaining in the third period of this National Junior C Championship game. Hansen will set it up there. Marquette on the power play. Ortegel misses the pass. It'll come to center. Mike Jones will whack it right back into the Marquette zone. Joe Voigt behind his own net. He'll backhand along the right wing boards to Derek Freeze. Freeze back to
Hansen made a mistake out there.
Bierman.
First one in the tournament. He fell down behind his net. He was excited about it, too.
I'm sure he'll get some ribbing about that. Bierman goes for the long outlet pass. It's knocked out of midair by Preston. Nice, and he'll throw it right back into the Marquette zone. Joe Voigt behind his own net. Looking for an outlet pass. He hits Derek Freeze along the right wing side, and he'll cross his blue line. Now he heads it up the left side of Ortegel, crossing the blue line of South Coast. So Gouvion all over him. He throws it toward the net. Daly tipping it behind there, and it'll come out to the left wing side. Here's Pacola. Pacola circling. He makes a nice move, going for the hat trick. Pacola between the circles. A shot, and Daly a save. Justin White will hit up the left wing side. Here's Freeze, the shot machine. And here it comes. Shot. Oh, and that one goes just wide. Voigt can't keep it in. It'll come to center. Jeremy Bierman with it, and as now we're skating 5 aside. Bierman along left wing side to Derek Freeze. Across the blue line. Makes a move around Justin White, but he just got enough of it to hit it back in his zone. Now White makes a move around Freeze. Can't get around Voigt, though. And Freeze knocks his man off the puck, and he'll come with it to center ice to Pacola. Up ahead. This is number 5. Chris Zorza trying to make a move and can't. Pacola will bang in there in the corner. Here's Intablion behind his own net. Now throwing it along the right wing side for number 12 Lions. He throws it up to center. Here's Glass trying to make a move and can't. Now Glass throwing it on net. And a nice save by Hansen. Rebound, and that trickled just right through the crease. Pacola with the rebound on the near side. Held in by Intablion. Pacola hooks in. Glass behind the net. Looking for someone out front. Glass to his backhand. It trickles in front, but it's chipped away by Chip Betts. And it'll come along the right wing side. Here's Zorza with it to center. Stolen away by Glass. He can't get it on net, however. Derek Freeze behind his own net. Derek Freeze, right circle, throwing it upside to Zorza. He tips it ahead. Mike Jones will whack it right back in, and we're under 2 minutes to play in this championship game of the Junior C Finals here at the Afton Ice Rink. Long headman pass to Musko at center. Musko along the left wing side looks for Kevin Thill. He can't quite get there, and here's Cisco with it along the left wing side of Mike Jones. Jones ahead. It's stolen away by Musko. He makes a move around one man in the front, but he lost it. Here's Zorza. Shot. That goes wide. Now Musko with it again, throwing it in front. Here's a chance for Thill. Shot, score! Chris Zorza got the loose puck. Is still lifted in happily on sticks. Stole it right away from him. And that is just the extra icing on the big fat cake for the Marquette Flyers as they lead at 8-1.
Well, I hear the fat lady in the back. She's singing. I'll tell you what. It looked like a pinball game there. It was going off skates and posts and everything else, and finally they finished it off, and Marquette just sealed their fate.
Kevin Thill, his first goal of the tournament. It's the 8th goal of the game for Marquette, but I bet if you ask him 5 years from now, it was a game winner.
No doubt about it. It was a game winner with 1:35 to go.
The puck coming into the Marquette zone. Zorza is knocked off it once again by Siska. Now he's really roughing him up over there, and we're going to get a penalty here against South Coast.
Oh boy, he's going to call the Marquette player. He gets a call there. Looks like maybe he got a high stick.
Well, I thought Siska had high stick.
Oh,
in the
he
back
gave him a spearing.
Zorza's going to get 2 minutes for sparing and a 10-minute misconduct here at the 13:31 mark.
Well, he wanted to see his name on the score sheet again, and he certainly got it there.
And even if the South Coast Sabers didn't see what happened there, they're going to take a look at that penalty and see that the Marquette Flyer went off for spearing up by 7, and I sure hope they aren't thinking about the retaliatory incident here with just 1:29 to go.
I was just sitting here, I was thinking, I was taking a look at the Preston kid from South Coast and taking a look at the number 19 here, Jeremy Bierman kid. I wonder what those two would look like in a one-on-one match.
Graff along the left wing side for South Coast. He will have it knocked away from him by Schwinn. Pacola trying to knock it away and can't. Here's Justin White with it one-on-one. Tries to make a move, bets on him. Now White with it again. Backhander shot. Nice save by Hansen. Pacola with the loose puck up the right wing boards to Schwinn. He'll hit it there along the boards and clear it out. Held in by White. White between the circles on his backhand. Now he tries to get a little too fancy with it, but it is still onside as Graff has it in the far corner. Less than a minute to play in this final game of the National Junior C Championships. Chip Betts for Marquette will knock it along the left wing side. Oh, he hammers Woodall over there, and Tony Pace will try and clear it out and can't. Tony Pace with it once again on his stick. Now Schwinn behind his own net. Tony Pace will whack it along the right wing boards. It takes a crazy hop right on the stick of Woodall. He hits it in front. This is Holly a shot. Oh, and he went for the top corner and just missed it. Graff with it now along the left side, throwing it in front, knocked away by Pace. He is fall down. Here's Pacola trying to knock it out and can't. Siska with it now. Schwind on him. Siska to his backhand in front. A shot, and that goes just wide. He had Holly right there at the doorstep, but failed to hit him. Here's Woodall, a shot. That goes just wide. 19 seconds remaining here. Pacola trying to knock Schwind off the puck and can't, and it comes to center. Pacola with it once again. Aquarelli and Pacola battling for it. Here's Schwind, a turnaround shot. Oh, what a nice save by Daly. 5 seconds to play here. It's knocked into the Marquette side of center ice. And with it now is number 1 Chip Betts. He will flip it to center, and that is it. The Marquette Flyers are the winners of the 1992 Junior C National Championships, and they won it convincingly, 8-1 over the South Coast Sabers, and the only undefeated untied team in the tournament. I guess you could say that no one else deserved it but them.
They showed they were the class of the tournament. They were the class of the tournament, and they definitely showed that they could play against everyone and beat everyone they played, and they were very consistent throughout the tournament. No ups, no downs. It was just a steady play the whole tournament, and that's the way they played this game, and they're national champs.
Jeff Hansen playing all 5 games in goal for the Marquette Flyers. He goes 5-0. He only gave up 8, 11, 12 goals in 5 games, so you can't ask for any more consistent goaltending than that, and he only gave up 4 in the last 3 games after giving up 4 in the first 2 to Pittsburgh and Utah. And the Marquette Flyers, certainly deservingly so. They're the winners of the 1992 National Junior C Championships here in St. Louis at the Afton Ice Rink. For Jack Beat, I'm Tim Woodburn. Jack Gamble Productions bringing this one to you. And our final, once again, Marquette 8 and the South Coast Sabers 1. This has been the 1992 National Junior C Championships from the Afton Ice Rink.
Still filming. And we'd like to ask the boys to come over individually when we call your name, and our junior commissioner, Tom Herster, and the president of the Uptonville Plaque would like to give you a medal to as a trophy for being in the championship. We'd like to start with the alternate goaltender, number 1, Jeff Tucker. Another goalie, number 31, Jeff Daly. Number 65, Joey Actuarelli. Number 99, Vic Antablian. Number 26, Brent Pisogno. Number 51, Dan Siska. Number 31, Jeff Daly. Number 44, David Glass. Number 7, Matt Gubian. Number 13, Jason Graham. Number 15, Greg Holly. Number 4, Mike Jones. Number 12, Mike Lyons. Number 11, Eric Preston. Number 2, Justin White. Number 22, Chris Whittle. And we'd also like to give silver medals to the coaches and the runway and the stick boy. The National Championship Junior C trophy is awarded to Marquette Flyers this year. And as an individual award, we'd like to give gold medals to the members of the team. Number 1, Chip Betts. Number 2, Jeff Trudeau. Number 3, Derek Freeze. Number 4, Ken Karikas. Number 5, Chris Zorsha. Number 6, Kevin Thill. Number 7, Josh Pacola. Number 9, Brad Moscone. Number 11, Rick Zambone. 12, Cliff Looney. Number 14, Jared Phillips. Number 15, Chris Dupra. Number 16, Frank Orgel. Number 17, Joe Vogt. Number 18, Mike Phillips. Number 19, Jeremy Behrman. Number 33, the goalie, Jeff Hansen. Number 41, Tony Pace. Number 88, Kevin Bishwin. And to the second goalie, Dan Bierman. And we'd like to give gold medals to the coaching staff and another to the stick boy for the Marquette Flyers. And trainer Tim King.
Okay, guys, you've had a team photo many times before, so get yourselves lined up. Congratulations again, you guys. We hope we'll see you next year. Thanks for coming.